What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Bryson Gray, and we have something to talk about.
I'm a gun-toting patriot, God-fearing patriot. Bryson, why they mad? Because I'm real and they be faking.
While being in this lane, and I'm going to let you know where I come from before I get too much into it, but people always say to me, you must be right over the target because you're getting attacked. And I'm like, I don't see what you're talking about. What are you talking about? And it's funny how supporters and fans and people who've been around for a minute and they see the same thing over, they've seen it happen to you over and over and over. Because I did my research on you, and I've seen you've been canceled more by conservatives than you have by liberals. I'm like, this dude is
yeah, because with liberals, you know what I'm saying, they off the rip try to cancel you. So like when I got banned on TikTok, when I get banned on, like, the initial bannings were because of liberals. But at a certain point, liberals, they be like, let's just not even acknowledge this guy because we don't want his voice to get bigger. Conservatives, the last few times I've been canceled in any type of way was all conservatives.
I don't get it though, man. I honestly don't get it because I swear to goodness, I look at your platforms on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. I've checked you out. I think I didn't know, I'll be honest with you, because you know how things are placed in front of your algorithm based off of the stuff that you frequent all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I did not hear about this young man named Bryson Gray until I checked out what was it? It was young Black conservatives in Washington, D.C.
Uncle Tom.
Bruh, that blew my mind. You know, I'm from DC.
For real? I was just out there.
Yeah, Southeast DC. My wife and I, we met when we were 15 years old in Ballou High School off of MLK and 4th Street. And, you know what I mean? And I was in the mix. I was one of them youngest that was in the mix. You know what I mean? And I seen something in you. And pause. I seen something in you. And I was like, excuse my French, but that nigga is me. But hold on. I'm trying to keep it funky with you because I never seen a conservative like you before. And I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that.
Yeah, it's not, bro. When I'm gonna be honest, at first it was weird to me when I first started going viral because like I'm from the Black community. That's where I'm from. That's where I grew up. And I had music that was popular where I'm from. So I've always been a part of the culture. Like I've headlined shows with J. Cole with my rap group. So not only was I like a part of the culture, I was like known in it where I'm from. And what's funny is the person like that I connected with was Kingface, RP Kingface, before he died.
Kingface. Now, I'm not familiar with Kingface.
Yeah, he died, bro. But he was like he hood, you know what I'm saying? And like, but I connected with him the most, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the Black community, I ain't from like the ghetto, but I'm not from the suburbs either. So I was in it. Right. But he's from the hood, and like that's why I connected with the most. So me and him got cool. And it's so interesting, bro. Like it was so odd because usually when you hear about a Black conservative or a Black Republican, you have a certain image of what that looks like. And the unfortunate truth is most people on the right, the Black people do play that role of like what a typical Black Republican would look like, sound like, dress like, act like. It's so hilarious. And I noticed that because we went to a Black Leadership Summit. It was like the one you saw, the footage you saw was us at the Black Leadership Summit. And it's like a lot of these people do fit the mold. And it was like a lot of people thought I was crazy and thought Kingface was crazy, but it's like, nah, this is how we act. You know, it's just this is how we respond to certain things. This is how we grew up and where we're from. And a lot of people didn't understand it for real.
Well, the only way they can understand is by you introducing it to them. Hey, man, you getting over cold or something, bro? Because you know what? God bless you. And hopefully whatever it is, let me tell you something. Here's a remedy. And you might think it's dumb. And I'm 44 years old. It's been working for me all my daggone life. I don't even take medicine. I don't get the jab or none of that. Ginger ale and corn chips.
So I got bad allergies.
Oh, you do?
And yeah, and I don't know what it is with the dust and stuff. Like it's getting worse though. Like if I walk past somebody like with a dog, like I even walk past them, my allergies start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's happening. My allergies, I don't know if it's the season or whatever. My allergies starting to go crazy. Well, I was good on the way out because we landed, and I just got here today, and I've been in the room chilling. man, I just started back flaring up and it's like crap. So I took a Zyrtec, but you said you don't take no pills. I gotta pop that Zyrtec. Well, I need that.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, Slim. Let me tell you, man. All right, so let me listen. I listened to one of your songs, right? I listened to a few of your songs, and you surprised me. You surprised me. Actually, I did a reaction to one of your songs, but the song that I'm talking about is not the song I did the reaction off of. In your song Black Lives Matter,
Yeah,
you said they use BLM to push their gay agenda. You may think it's funny, but I seen their tax reports. You should see how they spend their money. I said, this dude is dope. Let me tell you something, because hold on, the delivery of it was like, ooh. Okay, first of all, my favorite rapper of all time is Biggie Smalls. Second is Eminem, and then the list goes on from there. There's a whole bunch of lyrical artists, but I resonate with street talk more than anything.
Yeah,
but I love lyrical ability, and when I heard you say that, that might seem like something extremely small, but the way you stood tall, you stood like you was straight up in front of the camera, just spitting, just letting people know I'm serious about what I'm talking about. You may think it's funny, but I seen a tax returns. You should see how they spend their money. And then when I saw Candace Owens do her
the greatest lie ever sold.
Greatest lie ever sold, and it's exactly what you was talking about in that joint, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of interesting, right? Because being in this movement is sort of bittersweet, because a lot of people are new listeners of rap. You know what I'm saying? And it's sweet because like it introduced me to a whole new group of people where I can say what I actually believe without having to censor myself, and they'll support it. Right. But at the same time, the downside is like a lot of people don't understand the intricacies of rap, of what it takes to have lyrical ability. A lot of people don't even know what it actually means to be a talented rapper.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So a lot of things I say, or when I use certain rhyme schemes and things like that, it gets really overlooked because it's like a lot of these people probably don't even understand it. So when people like you tell me that stuff, when I watch reaction videos and people get some of the bars I say, it's the most awesome thing, bro.
You know what? And I appreciate you saying that, because people, this is wild. Eminem being he was my number one rapper of all time lyrically, but I said this in one of my videos that got me killed in the Eminem community. And this told me, Van, you might not want to be too honest in your videos anymore, because I said Eminem would be my number one, but he ain't black. You racist. Whoa, I didn't mean it that way. Although it came out sounding that way. Yeah. But what I was basically saying to them was, one of the rappers walked my walk. I'm talking about through and through. Although M wasn't no punk. M walked the walk too. M walked the walk too. But I'm talking about somebody who went out their way to just, to live in their uniqueness, but still wanted to be in the mix of the street, still wanted to establish themselves as a neighborhood bully, just so happened to be lyrical. I saw so much, and maybe I shouldn't have said because he was black. I probably should have communicated myself better, but I'm not the type of person to apologize for anything. If I take a hit, I take a hit. It is what it is. But that's another thing that resonates with you, bro. You seem to be the same way. You're like, look, if I take a hit, it is what it is.
Yeah, especially with me, because I learned the way you communicate things. I learned two things. One, you have to communicate things sometimes properly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, especially when you get a following, and you understand this, and you just talked about it, people will take it, flip it, or make it mean whatever they mean, especially if there's like cultural differences between the people that's listening. So they might take something to mean something else that I might know what you mean, but they won't. So when I learn how to do that, I make sure I say everything crystal clear. And it's like when I say things, like there's no reason for me, like, apologize for what? I meant exactly what I said. Like if you apologize for something you meant to say, that makes no sense to me. So like you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't mind the backlash. If I cared about the backlash, I wouldn't say it to begin with. So,
bro, you a straight up soldier, man. I gotta say that, man. But you are, and I'm not meat riding or nothing. I like to give people their flowers when I have the opportunity to speak to them. And I also, and when I was talking to you earlier today, I was losing hair probably, and probably got some more grays in my beard because I was trying to do something on another scale for Bryson Gray, because this is probably my biggest interview next to Jesse Lee Peterson. And when I tell you that I appreciate you giving me some of your time, bro, I really appreciate it. You're a young man, you really getting it in, and you got the secret sauce. And at what point in your life did you decide that this would be the hill that you're willing to die on?
So as far as music, I've been literally rapping like since I've known life. So I can't really? I can't tell you when I started rapping because I don't know. The earliest I remember my life that I've been conscious of my existence, I've been rapping. So I always had that, and I've always been the type of person to like, I just do what I've always done what I felt like was best, right or wrong, especially growing up when you're learning about life. You may make bad decisions, but I always stood on what I said unless I was factually proven wrong. Then I'll update my mindset. If I'm wrong, then you update. That's what you do. So, but you know what I'm saying? I started researching. I started doing what I got to do. And I went through, what's funny is what led me to what I do now. It started, I started because I went through a very pro-black stage in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very ignorant stage of my life, but it was more of a confrontational stage of my life. And a positive thing about confrontation is it either make you or break you, because deep down, you know, if somebody knows more than you. If you talking to somebody, you're having a conversation, at some point in that conversation, if there's a disagreement, you can sort of mentally gauge like, okay, this dude is actually more intelligent than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually in the wrong.
Yeah.
And I went through a lot of those moments, you know, but when you're in that pro-black stage, it's really more reactionary and more emotional than anything. It's not really based in facts. It's based in, you know, what you were taught growing up and all these things. So I started doing more research, and then I started reading the Bible more. And the more you read the Bible, you start changing your life. So I became celibate. I stopped getting drunk and things of that nature. Then I got into politics because I stopped liking Obama. You know what I'm saying? The reason I stopped liking Obama because all the LGBT stuff he was pushing. So right now, everything going together, because like a lot of like pro-black people, even today, they don't rock with that LGBT stuff. I'm not talking about Black Lives Matter. These aren't real groups. Like if you're from the black community, you know the real pro-black people I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? They not with the woke stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like I started getting out of that pro-black stage. I'm like, well, a lot of this stuff is incorrect and stupid, to be honest. Then like I started getting to politics. I'm like, well, this is crazy. Like, why do we vote Democrat? It makes no sense.
Right.
Once you go down that rabbit hole, mix it in with you getting more passionate about your faith, you feel like you like, okay, I went to Ted Cruz website and I was like, he talking about God, traditional marriage. I'm like, okay, this is what I rock with. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I started like talking about it online. Then during the primaries when Trump was debating everybody, he was wiping the floor with everybody. He sounded like me on stage. So I was like, so I was like, nah. This is who I really rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like I rocked with Ted Cruz, but not, you wouldn't see me no Ted Cruz hat. It's not that I was scared, it's just I didn't care enough. You know what I'm saying? But Trump got me like really like lit about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to fight with people when you rock with Trump.
Right.
When you rock with Trump, it's a whole war within itself. You got to like fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they got me passionate about politics, and then even being in this movement, like I went viral like in the middle of 2019. But even being in this movement, I changed my party to independent because you start realizing like people only talk about God when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
God when they want them votes, but then they'll say the same thing to the LGBT people to get them votes, or the same thing to black people, everybody get them votes. And then I was like, really, man, this whole system is kind of jacked up. And my beliefs haven't changed. The politicians changed, but they feel like the voter base changed. And it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just became passionate about it, bro. I started making music about it.
I can clearly tell, man.